What if the biggest threat to your happiness isn't what others do to you, but what you allow by investing in the wrong people? Let's dive deep into a truth that's both painful and powerful. Not everyone deserves access to you. When you pour your heart into someone who doesn't appreciate it, when you give your light to those who only bring shadows, it's not just about what they do, it's about what you allow. If you don't protect your energy, you risk giving the most valuable parts of yourself away to people who were never meant to have them. The truth is, your kindness, your late-night pep talks, your unwavering loyalty, these are precious gifts. Yet so often, we hand them over freely to those who don't recognize their value. Why? Because we fall in love with potential instead of recognizing patterns. Because we mistake shared memories for earned loyalty. And because deep down, we fear that choosing ourselves might somehow make us selfish. But here's a reality you cannot afford to ignore. Every time you overinvest in the wrong person, you underinvest in yourself. And the longer you stay in that loop, the more it slowly drains your spirit, clouds your judgment, and holds you back from the life you are truly meant to live. Let me ask you this. Are you planting seeds in soil that will never bear fruit? Are you fiercely loyal to people who wouldn't even defend your name when you're not around? This isn't about holding grudges. It's not about revenge. It's about setting boundaries. It's about realizing that your energy is a sacred resource, and not everyone should have access to it. If you want to grow, if you want to build something meaningful, if you want to protect your peace, then you must stop watering dead plants. You must learn when to walk away and do it without guilt. Protecting your energy isn't being cold, it's being wise. Let's talk about 3 powerful truths that will help you recognize when you're investing in the wrong people and how to move forward without regret. 1. Energy is an investment, not a giveaway. Your love, your time, your presence, they're not infinite. Every moment you spend lifting someone else up is a moment you could be investing in building your own dreams. When you give your emotional energy to someone who doesn't appreciate or reciprocate it, you lose not just your power but your peace. Think of emotional energy the same way you think about money. It needs to be invested wisely. Ask yourself, am I getting a return on the emotional energy I'm giving? Are they lifting you higher, or are they just draining you dry? Are they building with you, or merely taking from you? If your energy consistently feels depleted instead of renewed, that's not an investment, it's a loss. Protect your emotional energy with the same vigilance you'd use to guard your finances. Because when your inner reserves run low, everything else in your life begins to suffer. 2. People reveal who they are, believe them. One of the most damaging mistakes we make is ignoring the truth people show us through their actions. We tell ourselves, everyone has bad days, or they didn't mean it, or worse, they'll change. But here's a reality check. When someone truly values you, they don't confuse you, they make you feel secure. Real care doesn't leave you questioning your worth. It makes you feel seen, valued, and supported. If someone constantly leaves you doubting your place in their life, it's not love, it's emotional instability. Patterns matter. Words can lie. Actions never do. Ask yourself honestly, what has this person consistently shown me through their behavior? If the answer stings, don't brush it off. Face it, honor it, because ignoring the truth won't protect you, but recognizing it will. 3. Loyalty should never cost you your peace. Being loyal is beautiful, but loyalty that costs you your mental health, your happiness, or your peace is not loyalty at all. It's self-betrayal. You were not put on this earth to sacrifice your soul for people who only love you when it's easy or convenient for them. True loyalty should be mutual. It should lift both sides, not weigh one down. If staying loyal to someone constantly requires you to abandon your own well-being, it's time to rethink what loyalty really means. Setting boundaries isn't cruelty. Walking away isn't selfish. Sometimes the greatest act of love for yourself and for others is choosing not to stay in places where your spirit is constantly starved. Loyalty doesn't mean being blind. It doesn't mean swallowing disrespect just to keep the peace. Real loyalty sometimes demands choosing yourself even when it's hard, even when it feels selfish. You can't keep pouring from an empty cup, endlessly showing up for people who barely notice you're there. Every time you do, you're teaching them that your love, your time, your energy are limitless, that your presence is a guarantee, not a privilege. But you deserve to be chosen too, not only when it's convenient, not when they're lonely, not when they've exhausted all other options. You deserve consistency, not occasional crumbs. Ask yourself, am I being loyal? Or am I simply afraid to let go? Your peace must be the price of admission to your life. If someone cannot pay that price, they don't deserve a seat at your table. Stop falling for potential. Potential is intoxicating. It shines like a lighthouse in the distance, promising what could be. But potential is not a promise. You can see greatness in someone, but if they don't see it in themselves, it doesn't matter. You cannot drag someone into their better future if they're unwilling to move. You can't want it more than they do. No matter how hard you believe, you cannot heal someone who refuses to heal. Ask yourself, am I in love with who they are, or who I hope they will become? The difference between the two can cost you years, your self-esteem, and the future you're meant to chase. Believe in people, yes, but never abandon yourself in the process. Not everyone deserves front row seats. You have dreams, you have purpose, you have a future that demands your full attention. Not everyone is meant to have a front row seat to your life. Some people are only meant to pass through, to teach you lessons, not to stay forever. Familiarity doesn't mean they're good for you. Longevity doesn't equal loyalty. Sometimes, the most dangerous relationships are the ones that feel comfortable because they are predictable, not because they are healthy. Ask yourself, if I met this person for the first time today, would I still choose them? The truth, as painful as it may be, will always set you free. Trust that answer your future depends on who's sitting beside you. Red flags aren't decorations, they're warnings. Intuition doesn't shout, it whispers. That tight feeling in your chest, the hesitation when they speak, the uneasiness that you push aside, those aren't coincidences, they are warnings. We often ignore these alarms because we want the fairy tale. We want to believe in someone's potential more than their patterns. But ignoring red flags doesn't erase them. It only postpones the heartbreak. Listen to the language of your body. Pay attention to the subtle discomfort. Ask yourself, what have I been feeling but afraid to admit? Sometimes your discomfort is the only proof you need to walk away. Trust it. Your peace depends on it. Distance is not disrespect. It's self-respect. You don't have to fight. You don't have to explain. You don't have to beg for your worth to be recognized. Sometimes the most powerful statement is silent distance. Choosing peace over chaos is not weakness, it's wisdom. You don't have to announce your boundaries. You only have to enforce them. Ask yourself, Am I continually showing up for someone who wouldn't notice if I stopped? If so, it's time to step back, protect your space, and prioritize your peace. Your silence will say everything that words never could. You teach people how to treat you. Every boundary you enforce, or fail to enforce, teaches others what is acceptable. If you allow someone to cross lines again and again without consequence, you're not being understanding, you're teaching them that your well-being is negotiable. Respect starts with how you treat yourself. Ask yourself, what behavior have I tolerated just because I was scared to lose someone? Remember, losing them is far better than losing yourself. Boundaries aren't walls to keep love out, they are gates to let the right love in. Heal so you can stop settling. Sometimes we cling to toxic people because parts of us are still wounded. If you were taught that love equals pain, or that your worth depends on being needed, you will unconsciously chase people who confirm those painful beliefs. Healing isn't about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about refusing to let it dictate your future. When you heal, your taste changes. What once felt familiar now feels unbearable. What once felt like love now feels like self-abandonment. Ask yourself, what unhealed part of me keeps attracting what I say I don't want? Heal, and you'll stop choosing from survival. You'll start choosing from strength. Make room for the right people. When you finally clear out the wrong people, it might feel lonely at first. But emptiness is not punishment, it's preparation. It's space. It's clarity. You are making room for the people who will see you, celebrate you, and push you higher. You can't attract the tribe meant for you while you cling to those who diminish you. Ask yourself, who could I become if I only allowed people around me who truly saw my worth? That version of you, the real, unshrinking, unapologetic you, is waiting. Let them find you. Let yourself rise. Remember, the right people will never make you question your worth. They will uplift you, inspire you, and help you grow into the person you are destined to become. Don't feel guilty for letting go. Feel proud because choosing yourself is the most powerful decision you will ever make. Ask yourself one last time, am I choosing peace or am I just avoiding change? Choose wisely. Your future depends on it. Take care of yourself. Take care of the ones who truly matter. And above all, keep becoming the person you are meant to be. Stay strong. Stay focused. Stay true. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your life. Guard your energy fiercely because your dreams, your peace, and your future are worth it.